Welcome back, Guys in Jerseys, podcast number 6. We got a lot to talk about. Back home for us, Cassopolis Rangers, first game in districts, coming off of winning their 5th straight conference title. I didn't think we won 5 in a row. I was pretty surprised about that one.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking about it tonight?
I honestly think that this team's going to go pretty far. I think this first matchup against Constantine is going to be the toughest because I think Constantine, out of everybody in our district, Constantine plays the biggest schools. They play the toughest schools, so I think Cass going to have their hands full. I think they're going to slow down the game for them, and we'll see how they respond to that.
Yeah, I don't think Constantine's athletic enough to keep up with Cass, and I think this will be another district championship for the Rangers.
Pretty much. I mean, the biggest thing for me, though, was winning 5 straight conference titles. I didn't even know that we won 5 in a row.
I know,
Like, that was the whole time we were in school.
Yeah, does that count?
I know, I was there for 2 of them.
Does that count as, it's counting, just the division or overall?
That's what I didn't understand.
Because, back when we were in high school,
there was divisions.
There was
but there was a
divisions.
crossover game. There used to be a crossover.
But then we had divisions in the conference.
Yeah.
But then there was a crossover game of the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
So did that.
Yeah, because
we beat Brandywine and stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, we beat Brandywine one time. I think we maybe beat Bridgeman. I don't know.
It's just weird. I don't know what they're counting as 5 straight, divisions or overall.
I think it's
overall.
overall.
I see what you're saying. Because it was the BCS,
Because
red
we had
and
the
stuff
3
like that.
divisions.
Yeah, red, blue, and...
I can't remember how they did that. The 2 years that I was on.
Because then that way you'd have 3 people winning the conference.
Right.
And, so it's just weird how they did
Who knows?
that. I was shocked when they said that, too. I didn't know that.
Right, yeah, it's nuts. I was there for 2 of them. I didn't even know that.
And we have a new district this year, so
Yeah,
it's
new
going to be a little
district,
different.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little different.
But I still think,
I don't think it's going to matter.
This is going to be the only team that's going to slow Cass down any.
In the district.
Yeah, but I still don't think that's going to be enough.
If a team slows them down.
Yeah, if a team slows it down, it's going to be Constantine. That's tonight at 7:30.
There's a 5 slam a jamma, dog.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah, did you
Why
guys...
do you call them that? What is...
Did you...
Houston back in the day, dude.
No, I'm saying, but is it because there's 5 people?
Yeah,
that can slam a
Houston
jamma?
used to run and dunk on everybody. That's what our team's like.
So, Tyrese, Braden, Darian, Devin, and Devontae, okay. Has he dunked this season?
He tried.
He tried. Okay, A for effort.
All right, before we move on, how about that alley-oop?
Oh, yeah,
To Braden.
against Hartford.
Nasty.
Oh, I question sportsmanship. No, I'm just
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
So let's start at 7:30. We'll see how that game ends up. Duke beat Syracuse, bounced back after that loss to North Carolina without Zion again.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty good game for a close
It's
game.
a 10-point game, yeah.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett showed why he should be one of the number 1 draft.
Yeah.
His argument for number
for
1
sure.
overall pick, he dropped 30 points.
Yeah.
He really had a great game.
You
So
know, my boy Alex O'Connell stepped up big time, about time.
Cam Reddish really, he scored
5 points.
5 points. Yeah, 2
Nice.
for 11.
Cam Reddish is that guy that
Someone is draft stock
he's,
is going down.
he's there. You know, he's
Yeah,
there
he's
for the
kinda
fun.
there.
Try like Trey Jones. Trey
Well,
Jones
he's
is
2
kind
for
of there
11,
the
dude.
fun.
What is going on?
Well, I mean, it is kind of difficult though. I think when you step into a role where you know you have to score, and you're putting a lot. It's not that he has.
Yeah,
pressure
when
on him.
Zion's
I
there.
think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. Like, dude,
Right.
like he's probably thinking, man, I got to score a lot of points. Got to score a lot of points. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That could be what's hurting him.
Also, though, news out today, Zion's out against Virginia Tech this week,
Doesn't
too.
surprise me. He'll
for
be
his
out to
second
the
game.
ACC tournament.
You think so?
But yeah.
There's only, 3 games left? 4 games for most teams?
Dude, come on.
Yeah, no
Come on.
problem.
Come on. Coach K said that he wants to play, so he'll play ACC tournament. I give him credit though for playing because I mean a lot of people would.
No. You do not give him credit for just doing what he's supposed to do.
I understand that, but if you look at the past players, they'd be like, I don't want to play. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Nick
yeah.
Bosa left school. He got hurt.
I
He
got
left
you.
school.
I got
See, I think that
and
shows...
Nick Bosa and Zion in their 2 sports are the number 1 picks.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it
different.
shows Zion's actual love for the game.
Well, and his legacy to Duke, how much that means to him.
I
too.
cannot see Zion telling RJ, Cam Reddish, Trey Jones, hey, I'm going to sit the rest of the season now. You guys have to do it by yourself.
No,
now.
but you know what I mean. Though.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I think he cares a lot. I think he wants to win a championship.
And if you hear him talk, he's all about the team.
Yeah,
It's pretty impressive because a lot of those top guys are going to be like, dang, I got hurt. I'm just going to be hurt the rest of the year now.
Exactly.
So it shows something to him that he's not going to bail on a team, and that's going to show for people that want to draft him, like, wow, he's not going to back down.
Well, and he's showing everybody why he picked Duke.
Yeah.
Brotherhood of Duke, Coach
Exactly.
K.
So I think that's big. Yeah, like I said, I think 3-4 games, and we'll probably be back for the tournament.
Also, that game too, feel good for Jim Boeheim getting the standing ovation.
Yeah.
That was pretty big time.
It would have been even nicer if they could have.
I mean, if they would have got the upset, that would have been big. But I think Syracuse going in that game and only losing by 10 with
After everything that's happened, yeah.
it's not bad.
So wait a minute, Buddy Boeheim is his son?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, his son's on the team. Kind of like how Kyle Perry has his kids.
Yeah.
Dabo has his kids.
Creighton, the dude from Creighton.
Doug McDermott.
yeah, Doug McDermott,
played
yeah,
for his
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Steve Alford's son played at UCLA.
Yeah.
I think it's a big time thing now.
But yeah, so then another big basketball game battle, top 10 teams. Michigan State beat Michigan by 7.
No surprise.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a little partial to Michigan State, but I
I
kind of
think we all are at
accepted
this desk.
Yeah.
The Wolverines are.
I kind of expected it. I don't think Michigan's all talked up they're supposed to be, and it kind of showed.
They'll win one game in the tournament.
Yeah.
They'll win one game. They'll get
Aren't
to
they
the
projected to be
two
two
seed.
Two seed, yeah.
They both
So
are.
is Tennessee, and they're also a team that will win one game.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so. Obviously, Michigan State's best 2 players are out still, and
Obviously.
Well, not their.
okay, not their best 2. Cassius Winston.
Cassius
I
Winston
think
was
he-
cash.
Yeah.
I think he made
When
his
isn't
claim.
he cash?
He made his claim for Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yeah,
I
Big
think
Ten Player of the Year for
I think he
sure.
might have sealed that up with that game. I think he had like 29 and 7 or something like
He had
that.
27, 8, and 2.
Yeah, 27, 8 and 2.
That's
He's
nice.
a beast. He didn't make a
That's
3-pointer,
nice.
but hey.
That's all right.
No, I think everybody else stepped up though for Michigan State.
Which
And
they have been. Kenny Goings and Xavier Tillman have stepped
Well-
up big time in the last few games that they got back on track. Those
it's
two.
the difference of two teams and how they play. You know, MSU's a little more tough and rugged, where Michigan's a little bit more finesse. You know, they'll play. You know, they play hard defense, but they don't really have a true big man. To where Michigan State is, they have more than one big man on the floor. So you know what I mean. It's different. I mean, that last game of the year will be fun because I think Big Ten regular season is going to be
come down to that.
come down to that, and I guarantee they play the Big Ten tournament. I guarantee.
I think if they're on opposites, I mean, if Michigan and Purdue are on the same side, I wouldn't be surprised if Purdue beats Michigan. I think Purdue's a team to look out for in that Big Ten tournament.
I think Indiana too.
Indiana's they're young, but I think they can make a
Who'd
run.
they
I
just
agree.
lose to?
Indiana?
Mhm.
Couldn't tell you.
It wasn't good.
I mean, a lot of teams. Villanova's lost 4 out of the last 5.
Villanova's
Kansas
not
got
good.
destroyed.
Kansas is like bad.
Yeah,
Texas
wasn't
Tech,
that Texas Tech?
yeah. Texas Tech
They're
absolutely
14
throttled them.
straight regular season ACC tournament.
Big 12.
Big 12.
Whoa!
Come on now.
Whoa.
Big
I didn't know
12.
We were in rookie hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Put a lot in mind. You know, Oscars last night.
I got you.
Big deal.
Let me. I'm gonna look up. It's gonna bother me. Go ahead. Keep going.
All
I'm
right,
gonna look
all
up who Indiana lost to.
All right, we'll come back to that when we find that. But other big news, you know, it's kind of been we've talked about it quite a bit recently. It's kind of the only MLB news going on right now. Bryce Harper, what's new?
You know, yeah, I don't think he wants to go to the Phillies. That's obvious. The Padres, I guess, never really had a deal or offer for him at all. The White Sox don't want him. The Nats really don't want him back. But the Dodgers have kind of merged. They met with him in Las Vegas this past weekend. The Phillies owner flew out there and he said that he wasn't leaving without Harper. Looks like he's going to leave without Harper.
Oh, that's so sad.
I just think he wants the Phillies' money just so he can take it to another team.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to actually go there because if he wanted to go there, he'd been there.
I thought that he was for sure when he said that he was not leaving without Bryce Harper. I thought that he thought that the deal was pretty much almost done.
Pretty much. I think
Which
that's what
he
I
could have got that opinion from. Like he could have sat down with Bryce Harper and Bryce said, "Yeah, I got to meet with these teams, but I'm leaning towards this."
I'm
And all of a
surprised
sudden-
that he said that.
Well, I don't think Bryce ever said I'm leaning towards anyone. I
Right.
think he really wants to keep this.
Maybe
You know,
he felt
old
good
man.
about it or something.
But it's real interesting because Bryce Harper keeps coming out. You know, he wants this big long-term deal, but the Dodgers aren't going to offer that.
Right.
They're
No.
going to do short-term,
Right.
but
more money per year.
yeah.
So I mean, it's
True.
kind of like, do you want to? I'd play somewhere for 4 years, making $35 a year compared to I go to Philly where I'm trapped for 10 years. I'm only making,
yeah.
you know,
I mean, yeah.
325.
Like I said, if they offer him to almost get $50 million a year, that's insane.
$50 million a year.
Well, Buster only tweeted that, you know, with all of his salary plus all his endorsements, that's almost what he's been making.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So, I mean, you give him $40 million a year, he's probably going to make $60 with all his endorsements and everything. So,
well, I saw a thing that he wants to stay on the West Coast. Obviously, he's from Vegas, so I mean, anybody want to stay close to home. So maybe the Dodgers. I think he made his opening debut at the Dodgers Stadium too. So I mean, he's got ties in there.
I think if he goes to the Dodgers, they're going to be dangerous. I mean, they don't.
Well,
the thing is, they don't really need him, but how much better he makes that team.
They kind of need him. They got rid of.
They got Puig
and Kemp. They got rid of both those guys. I mean, you trade your outfield depth. No, but I mean, it's so hard to tell because you hear that there's more teams.
Yeah, like they said San Diego, San Francisco, Washington, and maybe one more. There's still. There still could be more teams. I don't think anybody really knows.
No, you don't have a clue.
I mean, we've sat here for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, we're thinking this week.
I thought he was going to sign last week.
Honestly, we have no idea.
They said that they'll probably sign this week. Look for something by Friday. So.
Did you give your where do you think he's going?
No, I thought he was going to the Nats. Right now,
Was that not the surprise thing you were doing?
No, that's for Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I thought from everything that I've read, he was going to go to the Phillies, and now I'm thinking the Phillies don't have a chance.
I thought Nationals just in the fact that he wants to go back home.
That's what I thought it was for sure going to be the Nationals.
I mean, it could be. I mean, the Nationals could be like, no, we don't want him, and they're like, and they're like, yeah, we want you. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting close. I mean, spring training games have started this week, and then it's almost March. Friday's March 1st, so he's got to do something soon, you'd think.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do a Craig Kimbrell. Craig Kimbrell talked about not playing at all this year. Dumb, but I
leads us right on to the next topic there, Le'Veon Bell. They're just trying to...
Oh, it's in it out, baby.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. It's going to be interesting now that another team's in there, so we don't really know who's all in the running or who's not. We don't really know too much because I don't think too much is getting let out.
Well, no, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job keeping everything quiet. So now that we brought up Le'Veon Bell, NFL Nation reporters picked 3 teams that they think are going to offer Le'Veon Bell and 5 teams that are going to take a pass on him. And they think the Packers, the Jets, and the Texans are all going to offer him. And they think the Ravens, the Colts, the Raiders, the Eagles, and the 49ers are all going to pass. They picked that he's going to sign with the Texans. Well, what do you guys think about that?
Hold on. I want to hear you. I really want to hear what you say. So I want you to go, and I want you to say it, and I'm really excited.
I mean, a team that needs a running back.
Okay, yeah, tease us a little
They
bit.
just got a new coach.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me think. Okay, keep going.
Their quarterbacks kind of struggled, but you would need something like this. This coach, previously when he coached in the NFL, he drafted someone kind of like this with the same skill set, just not as high of a potential.
Wow, dude, what's happening?
It's a team in Florida.
You think about Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay!
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But do they have the money for it?
Of course.
You
Anybody's
think so?
got the money as long as you're willing to. I mean, look, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm Bruce Arians, I go and I get him. I'd make a steal.
Honestly, that is...
You need a running back. You have great weapons on the outside. You just need a running back. I mean, you look at Bruce Arians. He drafted David Johnson at the Cardinals.
And he's still...
Same skill set, just not as high potential as
Exactly.
Le'Veon Bell. So, I mean, that would be my team right now where I'm like, dude, they're going to offer him, I think, and he potentially will go there. I mean, you're playing Florida? Come on. A new culture, you're the first guy to come in.
Yeah.
Where is he from? Do you know?
He went to Michigan.
He went to Michigan State.
I think I'm not positive where he's from.
I want to say I just looked at it.
He might be from Michigan, isn't he?
I don't think he's from Michigan.
He's from Michigan, the Lions.
Yeah, right.
No, but I mean, you look at this. I don't think the Packers can't. They can't. Aaron Rodgers' deal's too big. You can't go on again.
But I do see why they think the Packers would offer him because you see, I was.
He's from Ohio.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, he ain't going to play in Ohio. He ain't going there.
Cincy!
But
in division.
If you think about it, the Packers are a team that really could use him. I mean, I read a thing where, like, I think it was like 10 years that Brett Favre was there. He had over 1,000-yard rusher behind him, and Aaron Rodgers had one 4 times.
Well,
I think that running game.
never demanded as big as a contract. So
Yeah, that's
true.
Too. Very true. I think
it's true.
I think if he did go to the Packers, I think that they could use him, but I don't know if him and Aaron Rodgers are going to butt heads.
I think
or
the
what's gonna go
Packers
on
have a
there.
better chance of getting Antonio Brown than they do Le'Veon Bell. Just in the fact that it's a hard free agent destination.
Yes.
It's like there. And he's, why would you want to go there?
I wouldn't.
That would be that, and Buffalo would be the last two places I wanted to go to.
At least if you're playing in Minnesota, you got a dome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't cave in.
Not anymore. They got glass.
No,
Yeah.
they got it
My
fixed
bad,
up
my
now.
bad.
Yeah, no, but I mean, come on, the Packers. No, I mean, I don't want to see it because I'm a Bears fan.
Yeah, that would be just a travesty.
I think
guys.
them saying the Colts are gonna pass, dumb.
I think the Colts
Come
are definitely
on,
going to offer
man.
that. But then
Come on.
again, you got to think the Colts have some young running backs that really aren't bad.
Yeah, I mean, Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack
yeah.
missed 4 games and was still like 90 yards short of
Right.
1,000 yards, so that's
But
pretty good.
He's
there.
not Le'Veon Bell.
But
He's definitely
exactly.
not.
I
No.
mean, when you
He's
get
not Le'Veon Bell on a year's
Le'Veon
rest.
Bell is a generational talent, and
On a year's rest.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so what you is a one you can't just pass. Everyone should. I think every team should be just giving
Yeah.
this guy a little bit of
Yeah,
something.
at least
Eagles
try
don't have
and
no
pitch
money.
it.
That's why.
Yeah, I mean, because we got like 5 running backs.
The Ravens, I just don't think Bell's style, the way he plays, fits for the Ravens style.
I don't think he's gonna go in division.
I know.
I'd love to see it.
I don't think the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders obviously can afford to buy him because they shipped
Raiders
away all
suck.
their big assets. But
Yeah.
why are you? You're in the middle of a rebuild, and
It wouldn't be hard to get him to go to where are they?
Oakland right now. but
Vegas.
They're supposed to be in
Yeah,
Vegas
that's what it
here
was. They're
soon.
going to
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah,
But-
so Bryce Harper will go play for them. So.
But it's not like they're on the verge of being good. They still
Right.
got a long way to go. So even if they did offer, I don't think that's.
Well, I mean, they got to. I mean, Derek Carr, he's a great quarterback, but they've just been struggling.
They just don't have the talent there. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Speaking of Bryce Harper, from the Phillies, I moved to Vegas.
That's
my
my
pitch.
yeah,
That's my pitch.
the Las Vegas Phillies.
That's my pitch.
Wow.
yeah,
There
No,
you go. Wow.
But I mean, I understand why they like the Texans, but really,
They don't really need him. Lamar Miller was in the Pro Bowl.
yeah,
Right.
he was pretty good.
Yeah, so I don't know. The 49ers could definitely use him. A lot of these teams right here could be in the sweepstakes for Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
which are
kinda.
really- Look, they're both. Good fits for both of them.
Wouldn't that be so weird if they both went to the same
It
team?
wouldn't surprise me. I feel like they like each other.
You think they like
I
each
feel like
other?
they're both kind of divas, so
Kind of.
they're like,
What-
yeah, bro, we broke up the Steelers. Let's go to another team.
What is Antonio's nickname? He's giving himself Mr. Big Chest.
Mr. Big. Well,
Dude.
some people they said is it Mr. Big Chest or Mr. Big Check.
Check.
That they didn't.
I would
really
think it
know.
would be check.
It
I
could be
mean-
chest. I mean, ESPN reported it, so who knows?
Yeah. But I would say that I do like your surprise pick there, the Buccaneers.
Dude, I'm
It
telling you,
makes sense.
Bucks, man. Why wouldn't
They need them. Okay, I like that. Goes back to any team in the NFL.
Right.
They'll probably use them. So, but I think that's gonna. They have some talent down there. A good running back's gonna make a big difference.
I mean, they have good offensive talent. There's no running back.
Right,
Yeah.
and it takes a little bit of pressure off of Jameis Winston, and then they can establish the
helps
run.
him,
And
you know,
It helps him a lot. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they need. If they're gonna stick with Jameis Winston being a franchise quarterback, they gotta take some pressure
Well,
off.
and it's showing him that the team's willing to build around him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That brings us back. We're talking about Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. I read a thing. His demands, what he wants for a contract's he wants all guaranteed money.
Well,
Every
here's the
single bit
thing:
of
if
it.
he can't play in Pittsburgh, where's he gonna play? Because Facebook Live would not fly anywhere else. Him skipping a practice would not fly anywhere else. Like, come on, dude.
So you're saying Mike Tomlin's a little soft?
He is.
He's a little bit of a pushover.
I don't know.
He's not been the strictest dude ever.
I
You know
just
what
don't, I don't think that stuff's gonna fly. I think he's gonna go in with a whole new attitude,
I don't
thinking
think so.
completely different. You don't think so?
No,
You don't think that blonde mustache and whatever color hair he's got now is gonna change?
no, that made him worse as a person. I liked him when he was a 6th-round pick from Central Michigan. And no one knew who he was. We talked about it. He got the big check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. You're gonna be 30. Like, yeah, he's better than like half the league in wide receivers, but dude,
I would argue he's probably top 5.
I mean,
Really? Okay,
Really?
now
All
we're
right.
now we're
All
jumping
right,
into
we're getting a
this.
little off topic. Who's your top 5 then?
I mean, I think
It's a
I think
rough one.
I think Julio's better than him.
I agree.
I think Hopkins is better
I
than
agree.
him. I think Odell's better than him.
I can agree to that.
Mike Evans.
No,
I don't think-
I think Mike Evans does not look.
Mike
that
Evans
great.
is not near as consistent.
Mike Evans is a good red zone threat, and but he is not as fast as Antonio, and he's not as good. I just don't think he's as good
He's
as
a route runner.
runners.
I think Juju's better than Antonio.
Juju, I like Juju a lot,
But I wouldn't say that.
but he had a pretty good year last year.
And the
And he still wasn't better stat wise than Antonio
well,
Brown.
the problem with Antonio Brown
Well,
is
Juju's what? How many years have you been playing?
Second. That was
That-
his second.
Antonio
Yeah.
Brown. Obviously, his
30.
stats, in my opinion, are going to go down a little bit, just on the fact that no one's going to throw to him as much as Ben did.
Right.
And dude, he had Juju on the other side.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, what if he goes to a team like the 49ers where they have no one else?
it's true.
They have Kittle, but Kittle's more underneath.
But I still think just the sheer. I mean, the sheer route run, I think he's still gonna produce.
I think he will, but he comes with a lot of baggage.
He does, but I still don't think you can say he's not a top 5 talent.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna agree that Odell's better than Antonio Brown.
Yes.
I don't know about better.
I think
It's
so.
close.
I think Odell does more things on a football team.
I think there's an
Yeah.
argument for it.
Throwing the net around. They're both divas. Why is everyone such a diva? Julio Jones
That's
is
wide
a diva.
receivers.
DeAndre Hopkins is scary.
Yeah.
That's wide receivers, though. I mean, if you always look at the wide receivers and cornerbacks,
Yeah.
the two most divas, but they're the
But
two
you look at
most,
the best two wide receivers in the league aren't, and
Yeah,
that says something.
That's
Like,
Julio
I
Jones
think
and
that's
DeAndre Hopkins.
Calvin Johnson wasn't. I think
No.
in order to beat the
Yeah,
best,
he just
like,
wanted to win.
yeah.
And so why the frick did he stay in Detroit?
That's why he retired.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he retired.
Well, then why don't you get a trade if you want to win?
Dude, they couldn't trade that contract.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's still getting
wow,
paid.
he got
Yeah.
screwed over in a kind of weird way. Like
Yeah.
if he wanted to win, then he got a big old contract and nobody wanted. Dang, that sucks.
But yeah, it'll be. I don't know. Like, I don't think he's gonna have the same numbers.
I don't think he is. I mean,
I think he's still
good.
He's
good.
still
I
gonna
think
be
he has
one of the
work
best receivers in the league. I
Yeah,
just don't
I
think
think
he's
he
gonna do what
has
he's
the
been
work
doing.
ethic, I think, to do it, but it's tough. And and if he,
And especially when he's gonna come into the locker room with a lot of guys like, wow, we don't want this.
there's gonna be a lot of pressure on him too, where he's not really had in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Because he's going somewhere else after his big old
And
stunning
he's gonna
goal.
want a big old new contract.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like right now, nothing's guaranteed on his deal. He had like 3 years, all from 10 to 12 million, nothing guaranteed. He wants all guaranteed, 100% guaranteed money.
As the Vikings saw it happen, no playoffs with Kirk Cousins.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
So it's just, I feel like it's gonna be so hard because the Steelers already came out and said they're not gonna take something that they don't
Like,
think is
Yeah.
worth Antonio Brown.
But I mean, if you look at it, Brandon Cooks, the Patriots got a 1 for that, so you're like Antonio Brown should be at least a 1 and
right.
Yeah, I
a 2. You know
think
what
so.
I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Brandon Cooks isn't bad, but he's not Antonio Brown.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
No, not even close. So it's just, I just think his demands are so crazy that's gonna back some teams off.
It has back some.
Yeah, and it has. So, and I think that some teams aren't gonna offer. I think that makes his like what he's worth go down because they're like, well, I'm not gonna give up all this just to get this guaranteed money. Like, I'm
Right.
gonna need some of these picks if we're gonna have to pay him so much.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released.
Wow, that would be
Like,
nice.
you know what I mean? I
Well,
would not be
actually,
surprised.
if he's still on the Steelers by like March 17th, they owe him $2.5 million on the 17th or something.
Yeah, this new league here. You gotta
Yeah,
think about it.
but they think, from what I read, is the talks probably over the combine. That's probably when the deal's gonna get done. So all the
That's
officials are there together.
That's next week.
So yeah,
There's a lot of stuff to talk about next week. It's gonna be Bell, Brown, the whole Robert Kraft thing. Like, there's a lot of things.
yeah. His court date's set. Robert Kraft's court date's April 24th.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about it because you don't know a whole
Yeah.
lot about it.
I saw a thing that the police came out with, like a video of something he was involved in. I didn't watch it because I didn't really know.
I
anything.
didn't-
Yeah, I was
mean,
like,
you're not
I don't
gonna
really want to watch
You're not gonna
that.
watch that video. But yeah,
I don't want to see Robert Kraft getting down.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What did you find on a fake Twitter account? Do you know how hard it is to win 6 Super Bowls or something?
Yeah, I saw that.
What else do you expect him to do?
God, dude,
That's terrible. Yeah, it's awful.
That is so funny.
I don't know if he's even going to be able to be the owner after that.
No, he'll be the owner. He'll just get suspended.
What did what's his name get for drugs?
Ursay got when he got the DUI, he got 6 games and a $500,000 fine.
I would hope that this is a heck of a lot more than that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still both. They're 2
His-
misdemeanors. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you
Robert
gotta
Kraft
look at
is
the
super
misdemeanors.
shady, dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
You're telling me.
but the sad part is, this whole thing is like the whole sex trafficking thing of like what happened actually down there is getting overlooked by this one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
But like these girls couldn't even go outside.
that's
No.
what I'm saying. That's like the
horrible.
worst.
And the
picture.
bad thing is, it's only a misdemeanor for him. Like, he had a part of this. I feel like it should be a little worse than that.
But I don't think he had a part. I think he just went
Do
there.
you think
twice.
he didn't know that they couldn't go outside?
No.
You didn't think he know that?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't think they
know
do
what I
small
mean?
talk?
Nobody.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? You don't know. That's why it's
Yeah.
hard for me to say more because you don't know anything.
Yeah, the Jupiter
Because he
police,
came out,
yeah.
because he came out and denied it.
Yeah, right, which is a
You
bad
know what I mean?
bad look.
So
And then he
who
got
knows?
proved that
He was on video.
there's evidence, that he was there.
I mean,
We
you
love
don't
you
know.
long time.
All I know is it's not going to end happy. That's all.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not going to be a good ending.
I think Tom Brady's a little jealous that he's kissing on Asian girls now, not him.
All right, we got to get off.
But no, it will not be to the extreme where he does not take.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
definitely
real
going to
team.
get fined. He's definitely probably going to get suspended. But
I mean, but like he probably won't even get a misdemeanor for it. Like he'll probably just
Right.
have to pay a fine.
He's probably just like, look, I have all this money. Here you go.
yeah.
Like, all right, you're clear.
But the sad part is that's what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually
You know
is
what I mean?
what
It's not the
happens.
right thing,
Mm-mm.
but it's what happens.
Money talks.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. That's the way of the road.
Yeah,
That's
I wish
exactly what
I wish I had
happens.
money.
Yeah. No. What? All right. Enough of that. All right. So
let's talk about playoffs.
yeah.
Playoffs.
Well, I think
NBA playoffs.
we're in
Yeah, NBA playoffs.
about the last month of the season, month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, they don't play back to back, so probably 3 months.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the regular season.
Well, I'm just saying the way that they play basketball now, they get 12 days off.
Yeah.
Probably 3
I
months.
think the end of the regular season's like the second or third week of April.
Yeah.
But there's not many games left. I think there's like 25 games probably
Something like that.
around there. And we'll start with the East because that's kind of less interesting to talk about.
Yeah,
In the West.
Give me some.
Your top 5 teams: the Bucks, the Raptors, the Pacers, the 76ers, and the Celtics. They're all pretty much locked in. That order's probably not going to stay the same. I think the Pacers, even though they've been playing really well without Vic, I think they're going to drop. You think they can drop out?
Not drop out.
I don't think
they
they're
won't
gonna
drop
drop
out of
out.
the playoffs, but they'll drop.
I don't think they'll fall below 5.
No.
Well, I see the 76ers passing them, and maybe even the Celtics.
I think they both can.
I mean,
I
the
think,
Celtics are only 3 games behind you,
Yeah.
20 games.
Right.
yeah, I think. I mean, they're not going to keep playing this hot forever. I think they're just off this injury. Vic got hurt.
Yeah,
That's their
they're
best player.
High right now.
Yeah.
emotional high.
I mean, they're 8-2 in the last 10 games, which is nuts considering they have their star player gone. So they're playing well, but it's probably not going to keep up. So I really think the top 2 seeds, the Bucks and the Raptors, are going to stay up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see those two switch though, too.
Yeah. I think they're going to. Whichever way they switch around, I think they're going to be the top 2 seeds.
I think
know-
the Bucks are going to be the 1 seed, but it could happen.
I think they're gonna be. I think the Bucks. They're playing. They got a real good team.
But the problem with the Bucks is, are they playing too hard right now?
You think they're gonna get burned out?
It could potential. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
it does
Well,
happen.
I mean, how many steps does Giannis take a game?
But you know what I mean?
Well, it's because he's so big. He
That's
doesn't
what I'm
have to
saying.
take
It
that.
takes 2
But
from
you
half
know what I mean?
court.
They've never really been in this situation.
Yeah.
They're the 1 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't burn.
I mean,
them. I don't foresee it happening.
Maybe
but
they
it
don't
could
do
happen.
that well in the playoffs. I mean, I think they get past the Hornets if they stay the 1 seed, obviously, and I think they make it to the conference finals. But
Okay,
whether go ahead.
No, you keep going. I'm going to change it up a little.
Okay, whether they make it to the finals, that's. I mean, I don't really. I think maybe the Raptors or the Celtics. I would see them just because of experience wise. Because Kyrie, sorry,
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Oh,
That's what I
Kawhi.
meant. Yeah.
You're saying
I said
Kawhi.
I got them mixed up.
Go
Kyrie
Kiwi.
and Kawhi mixed up.
A
You mix
kiwi
them both
fruit.
together. That's what their child's name would be.
That is what their child's name would be,
Wow.
or their relationship.
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, he's had experience in the finals, especially.
Yeah.
So-
MVP of the
That's
league.
a good
Yeah.
playoff
This
experience.
is young.
And Kyrie's had playoff or finals experience. He had one of the biggest shots in
They
finals
both have
history.
won a finals, so yeah. So the bottom. Let's go to the bottom 6 through 8. The Nets, the Pistons, and the Hornets. You guys think that's?
I think
the-
the
I think the
Nets will make it.
I think the Nets are a close case. I think the Pistons are a close case. I think this is actually going to stay the same.
Yeah, I don't really.
I don't see. I mean, the only other 2 teams that could possibly make it are the Magic and the Heat, and the Heat
Well,
have been playing
Well,
terrible.
the Magic are 8-2 in the last 10 games, and the Hornets are 4-6. So that's interesting to me because if the Magic are they're kind of rolling a little bit.
But the Hornets have the better
the better
best player.
yeah,
Right,
the
but
better
they're
player.
no, I agree, but I mean the Magic they're a game behind,
And they got
the
Aaron.
last 10
Aaron
games.
Gordon's
Aaron
not
Gordon's
bad.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's a good player. I really think that's what it's going to come down to is between the Hornets and the Magic. I
I
think
want to
the
say
East.
the Magic just beat the Raptors.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
That might have been. Yeah, that could have been the last game that the Raptors lost, actually. So.
Yeah, I think that's what I can't remember.
But I think it's a little tight down there, but I think that's going to separate itself out a little bit. So.
I see the Hornets falling out and the Magic getting in at the 8th seed. but-
Okay.
No.
So now we got that. Who do you have coming out of the East?
Out of the East,
Well, here let's go with
The
who's your guys' Eastern Conference Finals matchup, and then who do you have coming out?
Celtics Raptors.
I
Celtics,
got
Raptors.
wow, dude. Who do you think's gonna beat the Bucks? Celtics? Or I don't know. I can't really tell how that'll
Yeah.
work right now. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the Celtics or Raptors would beat them in 7 games.
So that's what I'm saying. So someone has to beat them before they get to the conference.
Yeah,
finals.
yeah.
So you think the Celtics are gonna beat them?
Celtics or Raptors, whatever side they play on.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm a Celtics fan, but I still think they're the best team overall.
I don't know.
To be quite honest, in 7 games, I think the Raptors, the 76ers, and the Celtics can all beat the Bucks.
I think they could.
I mean, that just might be not. I might not be respecting the Bucks like I should, but I just think in
They
7
got
games.
2 All-Stars that are
Yeah.
pretty decent. They got a pretty decent team. They got an all right coach. It's like a perfect storm there.
That's
in
a big
Milwaukee.
thing, though, as a coach. It's like,
Yeah.
But that's
what
the
can
thing,
Nick
I mean-
Nurse do?
Yeah.
I mean, if you put Kawhi Leonard, I mean, Giannis obviously is going to be hard to stop, but Kawhi is one of the best defensive players in the league. He on him for 7 games, pestering him the whole time. I think that's going to be.
But the thing for Giannis is that he gets a lot of points in transition, and that's
I mean, it's not an easy bucket.
yeah,
a lot of easy
Kawhi. He can lock him up in the half court, but once Giannis gets out and running, you can't really stop
No
him.
one can shut him.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be limiting turnovers so that you don't have the Bucks getting into transition.
Right.
I'm going to go with the pick that I think the 76ers are going to get out in the East.
That's interesting.
That's going to be
I
a bold,
do
bold prediction. I think the
do.
76ers.
I like Ben Simmons. They have Tobias Harris now, right?
Yeah.
I do like. They got
Jimmy
a good
Butler.
squad over there. Jimmy Butler. They have a like on paper their team should be one of the best in the NBA.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that's my bold prediction. They're going to be in the finals. And obviously that's kind of nuts hearing that, the 76ers in the finals.
Well, I mean, they've traded to get themselves.
Dude, this is so weird. Like, I have no idea who's going to make out of it. Because LeBron's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's always the Warriors and LeBron or something. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and like, when you look at this, it can't be, like, LeBron is not over here. So, I don't know who's going to make it. I can't imagine the Bucks being in the finals. Can't imagine the Raptors being in the finals. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm. It's just odd. So, what? So we got in the finals. Let's just go that way.
Okay.
Celtics Warriors.
No, we'll get to the
Conference finals, dude. We
Oh,
haven't
the
even gotten to the
conference? You said
Western
the
Conference.
finals.
I understand.
I meant just coming out
Okay,
of the
but
East.
do you
as
think
a-
anybody's going to beat the Warriors on the other side? That's the other
Well,
thing.
We gotta get to that,
No, I'm
dude.
just saying, though.
And
You don't even have to
I
talk
don't-
about it. You don't even have to talk about it to know the Warriors are in the finals.
All right. Who's your team coming out of the East in the finals? One team. Who's coming out?
Bucks.
Bold prediction, Celtics.
Bucks, Celtics, 76ers. All 3 different teams.
That's not bad.
All right.
The Celtics own 76ers.
Now let's get to the interesting playoff picture.
Not that interesting anymore. Apparently, it can't.
Well, I mean, come on, who's going to beat the Warriors?
Well,
Okay.
I agree.
I do agree with that, but I'm just saying about getting into the playoffs.
But I honestly,
Okay,
I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz could beat them. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets, if they're all healthy.
It's a tall task.
It's a tall task. I mean, the Thunder pretty good, dude.
I think with a healthy Chris Paul again, if he's healthy and everybody's playing, I think the Rockets can take him to that Game 7 again.
It's super. I understand it's super hard to go against the Warriors because they got Chef Curry, they got Klay
It's
Thompson,
just the fact that
they got Kevin Durant,
It's
they
just
got
the fact
Boogie,
that
they got
Boogie-
Draymond.
So you don't think there's any possibility they can be beating the playoffs?
Well, I think there
Yeah,
is.
That's what we're touching on here. We're not saying
The Jazz are a defensive powerhouse.
I think the best team the team that could give them the most fits, I think it's the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
the Nuggets.
Why do you think that?
They have Jokic and they have shooting.
So you think
They have a big man that can go with Boogie,
Boogie?
and they have shooting.
Okay. I am
I would pick the Thunder. I just don't trust
Russell Westbrook.
I do. I agree with that.
Well, I think the Port. I mean, I don't.
And
I
I don't
wish.
trust Portland's big men.
I wish that Paul George would just take all the important shots. You know what I mean?
I just wish Russell just wouldn't come down and shoot dumb shots.
Yeah.
If Russell gets smart, that's
I mean, he had a pretty good game against the Jazz.
I think-
they both had 40.
in the long run. Like at the end of the day, I think the Warriors are still going to get out. But I think this year is going to be a little tougher for them than in years past.
Well, the teams are catching up.
I was going to say, I think the West is a lot better than it's
They
ever
knew
been.
that they had going in Buggy because teams are catching up.
Yeah, but okay, so let's get off that for a second. We got, I think, 5 teams for the last 2 playoff spots. You guys don't think the Spurs kind of count, but I think the Spurs, the Clippers, the Kings, the Lakers, and the Timberwolves are all in it. They're all separated. There's a 4-game gap between the Spurs and the Timberwolves in 7th and 11th.
So you said you think they're all in it?
No, all in contention.
Oh, I
for
got
the
you.
last
I
two
got you.
spots?
I thought you meant they're all in the playoffs.
No, no.
No.
Definitely not.
I mean, they're expanding.
Yeah, I was like,
Everybody's in the
wow.
playoffs.
I do agree. I think the Jazz are
I think
pretty
they're
much a
safe.
lock
I
at
think they're
6.
safe.
But I think just the Spurs haven't looked that great. They've gone through spurts where they've looked good, but then they've looked real bad too. So
I think Pop is gonna get them to the playoffs. What happens after that?
Yeah,
is in
it's
God's
hard.
hands.
It's hard for me to see Pop not getting in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
it's hard to say that the Spurs might not make the playoffs. But
I don't. Wait, how many? I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs. Has he?
Maybe
maybe
like 20 some years, I think.
yeah.
It's just, they haven't missed the playoffs since he's been a coach. They've gotten eliminated from the first round like once or twice or
Yeah,
something like that. But I mean,
Getting the playoffs.
getting the playoff, I think Papa's gonna get them there. But how they do,
I mean, they are
So-
4 and 6 in their last 10 games.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you look the Lakers
They lost
and
to
the
the
Wolves are
Raptors. They
too.
just lost to the Raptors.
So
Did you hear Pop when he was getting interviewed? He was like, something about defense. He's like, what do you want me to do, slit my throat? And I was like, oh my god.
wow, Pop's interviews are unbeaten.
He doesn't want to be there. He's like the Bill Belichick.
No, he
doesn't wanna
even
be-
with Craig Sager, a man whom he
Yeah,
loved,
he doesn't.
he
want
didn't want to do the interviews.
If it's about basketball, he does not want to be there.
No.
So I'll agree the Spurs are going to get in. So I think it's really a battle for that 8th seed. I think we can eliminate the Timberwolves. I don't think they're going to get in. I think it's going to be the Lakers, the Kings, and the Clippers. And to be quite honest, I think it's going to be the Kings.
I mean, it's so hard to count.
It's
LeBron
so hard
out,
to say
but
LeBron's not going to make the playoffs.
I don't think
but
the rest of the team is where they need to be, and I think the Kings are cooking with gasoline, baby.
Yeah, like we were just talking about that. They should have beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
That's
Buddy
coaching.
Hield.
Yeah,
Well,
Buddy Hield.
the Lakers should have beat the Pelicans. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
How they.
But the Kings should have beat the Warriors. That game was a lot closer than the Lakers-Pelicans.
Well, yeah, it came
Yeah.
down to Buddy Hield just hesitating and not taking a shot he should have.
The Lakers' inside defense is terrible. They have
Yeah.
no inside. I mean, that was without Anthony Davis. I still think the Pelicans scored like 60-some points in the paint or 70 points. It was a ridiculous number. So
that's what LeBron he asked the team, is basketball the most important thing in your life right
Well,
now?
I mean, it's just so hard. The Pelicans messed their season up if you think about
yeah, they did.
Isn't that nuts?
For
it.
sure.
Because I mean, the Pelicans are like, well,
They won the playoff. Didn't they beat the Blazers in the first round of the playoffs last year? Yeah, they did.
Well, no,
yeah.
I'm just saying with the whole trade thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
The Pelicans are like, no, we want more, and just messed those young kids up. Which I mean, if you put yourself in those young kids' shoes, though, you're like, you know what I mean? You
Like,
walk in
dang,
every
wow,
day.
we're not even wanted
Well,
here.
and
Wow,
then,
I'm being traded for the generational talent.
And they
Anthony
think
Davis.
of going after this year, they're still going to be in trade talks. So, I mean, it's not like they're not in trade talks.
I mean, it's not like you're getting traded for a scrub. It's you're going for the top 5 player in the NBA.
it's just the fact that when LeBron comes to LA, you think, wow, this is LeBron, this is the guy we grew up with, and now it's like, wow,
Wow,
this
he
is
doesn't
not the
even want us
LeBron
here,
we really
yeah.
thought was. You know what I mean?
I think in the long run, I think they'll pull it together. I think it's going to be close, but I don't know if they have enough.
right.
Because the Kings are playing good.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers still make it. Like,
Yeah.
The way that they play hard. Doc Rivers is still their coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers is
I
fantastic.
mean, they play hard every night, even if, I mean,
Even without their star.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're
don't
still
care.
playing good. I think it's going to be. That race is going to be real interesting when it gets to the end. I don't think in the end game it's going to matter who's that 8 seed. Don't think they're beating the Warriors either way.
No.
So.
Well, it could be interesting. Maybe the Warriors.
Yeah,
slip
Warriors
up a little
might not
bit through
even
this
be
regular
the 1
season.
seed.
Yeah, and the Nuggets could catch up.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. I think, yeah, like you guys said, in the long run, the Warriors are going to get out. I think they're going to be taken a little further than they've been taken before. And maybe, playing tighter series throughout this whole thing might have them burned out by the finals. Who knows
And then
what's going to
Giannis is
happen.
gonna freaking dunk all over him.
I think
the
this
Warriors
is
could just snap and sweep everybody.
That would be crazy. I would.
I mean, you got to think, this is kind of one of the craziest, seasons we've been a part of.
It's been
that
pretty
we've actually,
freaking nuts.
since that we've been, avidly watching NBA,
Yeah.
this is one of the more wild ones. You don't have any guarantees anywhere. LeBron, we might watch a playoffless LeBron,
Yeah,
or a
that'd be
LeBronless
wild.
playoff.
That'd be wild.
So
That's just.
it's hard to even talk about.
I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah, it kind of hurts my feelings. It makes me sad.
It makes you look at LeBron differently.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I just don't know what he's supposed to do. I don't know how you get these guys.
See, a lot of guys are saying well, this just clearly means he's not good, or not as good as anybody else was, but I look at what he's still doing. Like he's still putting up. He's doing all he can.
Right.
I just don't know if.
Well, I will say this. I think if he doesn't make the playoffs, this hurts his GOAT status.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And I just don't. I don't know how you. I mean, I know Jordan missed. I know Jordan missed playoffs this great season, but he's his rookie season. This is LeBron's 16th season in the NBA.
Exactly. So
he knew what he was getting himself into.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knew what he was
He's
getting
a
into.
big boy.
They
LeBron's a big
made the
boy.
playoffs last
Yeah,
year.
LeBron's a big boy. He makes his own decisions and he's responsible for it.
I just think it would suck to be like Luke Walton because I think even if they make the playoffs, I think Luke Walton's fired.
Well, every time
And
LeBron gets into a team,
But you know what I mean?
coach
The
is
bad
out the
thing
window.
is-
it would just suck, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, this is LeBron. You know, you have a new vision of what
Yeah.
they could be.
And the bad thing is, I think Eric Spoelstra was a good coach for the Heat when LeBron was there. He's not terrible.
He wanted him fired.
Yeah,
Dwayne
well,
Wade's
that's
Dwayne
of
Wade
course,
said no,
yeah.
no, baby.
But since then, that's probably the best. Luke Walton's the best coach he's had since Eric Spoelstra. I think. I like Luke Walton. I mean, I'm high on him.
What do you think, Caleb? I see that you're doing.
Yeah,
this
I
on
see
salamander
you-
I'm trying to
days.
think of. Well, he's only had two.
Tyronn
coaches.
Lue.
He's only had two.
And then who
coaches.
is that other guy? Yeah,
David Blatt.
David Blatt.
I
yeah.
think Luke Walton's better than both of them.
But I think Luke Walton got a lot of hype from when he took over the Warriors. Well,
yeah,
Steve
that's
Kerr.
true. And then you look at the Warriors' talent. Like I think most people could probably.
I could probably coach the Warriors.
Yeah, you sit there and let them play
Hey,
basketball.
Steph.
I mean,
Hey, Steph, you
Good
scored
shot,
30
Steve Kerr
tonight.
doesn't even coach anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
He didn't even know Draymond was hurt.
That was the coolest thing I've ever
I'm
seen.
telling you, I want to know what he was looking at in the stands.
Dude, he's probably like, yep, you know what? Is it playoffs time
He was
yet?
probably wondering where Obama went to the bathroom during
That's
the game.
what he was wondering, and he's probably wondering who's going to be the Monstars in Looney Tunes.
That's what.
Like this whole thing's got him going.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I don't even know how to answer those questions. Do you think he How many times do you think he's watched Space Jam, the first one? His.
I don't know
teammates
him.
did.
I feel like though him and Mike. It's like such a weird thing. It's like I feel like he likes Mike, but
They
it's also
like each other. I mean, they
But
fought
it's also
before,
like-
but
Mike beat him up.
Mike did beat him up. But I mean,
But
he
Steve
doesn't-
did help him out, so it's
He
like.
did. He passes the ball to Steve. Steve makes a mid-range shot in the final, and they.
But
they
I could
did
argue
good.
Mike didn't like any of his teammates.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I would
It's like-
actually hate to play with Michael Jordan.
I would actually probably hate to play with Michael Jordan or LeBron. At least, LeBron actually.
I would hate to play with LeBron this year.
Yeah.
LeBron, he'd pass me the ball, I'd miss, and he'd scream at me.
Yeah,
This year's
probably.
just been completely different. It's a We talked about it's a different LeBron.
Yeah,
That was the big thing we talked about. You know what I mean?
different LeBron.
The biggest thing last week for LeBron was the Space Jam release date.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what I
true,
mean?
yeah.
So it's just like it's tough. And we were talking about it right before. Has he really done what he? When he talks about his teammates, do they really care about basketball? I'm not saying LeBron doesn't care about basketball.
Has he gone out of his way?
But it kind of looks like to me, where it's like LeBron got to LA, he had the barbershop thing, the Space Jam. He's not even really the leader. You ask those kids, it's Rondo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
It's definitely a weird thing.
I feel like it's different. Like, because obviously I really like LeBron. It's just different for me to see LeBron like this.
Yeah, I think if you're going in there, I think you got to bring that team together. They're so young. You got to work with them. You can't just be like, well, you guys aren't even focused on basketball. Well, go in there and get them focused. Help them out.
I think it's frustrating to. What more do you need to want? You have LeBron on your team. You're getting paid to play a game.
But that's where the other thing it comes into. Like, you knew what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I agree.
With a playoff list, young Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
You knew you were going to have to work on a lot.
Well, I think he just wanted to be in Los Angeles, and
it helps his brand, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Like you said, at this point, he asked, if you didn't win another title, like
he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He already said he's done everything he wanted to do. Like,
Which is sad.
which is nuts.
sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's sad.
I can't believe one of the best basketball players of all time is saying he
Is
doesn't care
content
if he wins a
with-
championship or not. That's the difference between him, Kobe, and Mike, and
The Magic.
and
Magic.
Bird.
Yeah, exactly. Like those guys, they went to the court every day wanting to win the championship.
That's the thing.
Bird didn't have a back and still was out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
You know what
Could
I
you
mean?
imagine if he had the drive of Kobe? Like,
I'm not saying LeBron doesn't have the drive.
Well,
He doesn't have the championship drive.
He doesn't want to win as bad. He wants to be good. He wants himself to be good.
yeah. But at this point, Kobe will never say, "Yeah, I don't want anything else." Kobe always wanted that.
Kobe
drive.
still wants to win.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's weird. It's a weird basketball year.
It is a super.
It's different.
It's
We're
super
winding
silly.
down here. Another few weeks, this will clear up a little bit
I'm
better.
excited for March Madness. That's
Me
all I'm
too.
saying.
Yeah. So
Marquette. We're going all the way.
Marquette, huh? I think
Marcus Howard gets
Chicago Loyola is gonna make another.
Wofford's in the top 25.
I don't even think they're going to even make their team.
I don't know if they are or not. I'm just talking about my
St. John's, dude. For
St.
real.
John's?
St. John's could be a team.
I don't think so.
No, for real. They could,
Absolutely not.
They could be okay.
Alright.
Mark it down.
What? I don't even know.
Chris Mullins got them boys playing good.
Chris Mullen.
He's a
I didn't
coach.
even know he coached.
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
Alright.
I mean, you know, you just hate to see.
You just hate to see it. All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on?
I think we pretty much said everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes podcast number 6. Thanks for joining us.